ये आपका एक ही डायलॉग सारी पिक्चर में, वो क्या है? प्रेम, प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा।
अभी भी डर लग रहा है सुन के।
वो नाम जो है एक छाप लग गया मेरे
छाप
ऊपर।
लग गया।
मेरे खुशी ये होती है कि मुझे डायलॉग तो नहीं बोलना पड़ेगा, जब भूल गया हूँ तो अपना नाम तो नहीं भूल सकता। मनोज कुमार के साथ भी क्रांति में था कि शंभू का दिमाग दो धारी तलवार है। तो मैं वो
Oh my goodness.
one liner they started giving me. All the people started thinking that प्रेम चोपड़ा को लेना है तो वन लाइनर जरूर चाहिए।
Did you fall in love with any actress?
It's a very debatable question. We'll talk in private.
When you used to all get together, was it films that you discussed? What is it that was bonding?
We used to discuss girls.
Interesting. So, which girls? Now I have to ask you.
No, I can't
have
tell you.
I'm sure they won't mind. They'll be flattered.
No,
I'm
that's
sure
fine.
they're. So you
They're
had.
grandmothers now. जब शुरू में आदमी आता है ना कोई, यहाँ कुछ इंडस्ट्री में, तो वो हीरो बनने के लिए आता है। And I got a job, a decent job in
Times of India.
Circulation department.
वही मैं कहने वाली थी, हमारा एक कुछ तो लिंक है कि जर्नलिज्म के साथ कि आप भी मीडिया में थे।
So I was spotted there by somebody and he said, "Can you come with me to the Ranjeet studio?" I said, "Okay, I'll come." I had no option when I was offered the negative characters. So I had to accept them. And those negative characters where he played, they were super duper hit films.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to another edition of ANI podcast with Smita, Prakash. Prem naam hai mera, Prem Chopra. Do you remember those iconic lines from the film Bobby? Even if you haven't seen the movie, because if you're born in the 80s or 90s, you probably haven't seen that movie. But it was enough to frighten the life out of many of us. The iconic film villain, Prem Chopra, is our guest today. So, without much ado, let's get into the conversation with the iconic film villain, Prem Chopra. Prem Saab, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. We are most honored कि आप हमारे स्टूडियो आए। मेकशिफ्ट स्टूडियो है, मुंबई में कर रहे हैं, but thank you so much कि आप आए यहाँ पर।
It's my pleasure to be here because I have seen your Smita Prakash ji, your work in some of the interviews. You are excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, you know, when I was a child, I never thought that I would have the privilege or the guts to talk to Mr. Prem Chopra because मुझे वो बॉबी का डायलॉग अभी भी याद है। मैं छोटी थी पर मतलब जब आपने सीन में जब यूं करके कहा ना, आप ही बताइए अपने अंदाज में कैसे कहा आपने, मतलब मेरी तो रोंगटे खड़े हो गए डर के मारे उस वक्त।
दरअसल उसकी एक बहुत छोटी सी कहानी है। राज कपूर साहब वॉज ए जीनियस
जी।
तो उन्होंने मुझे अप्रोच किया, यार एक पिक्चर में काम करना। तो मैंने कहा मैं तो उछल गया, मैं कहा व्हाई नॉट। हालांकि मेरे आई वाज ऑलरेडी एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन ए बिग वे
जी।
तो अवार्ड्स भी बहुत मिल चुके थे, दो अनजाने वगैरह के। अभी तो लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड मिला। तो वो मैं कहा ठीक है करेंगे जी काम, आपके साथ कौन नहीं काम करेगा। बस वो बातों बातों में उन्होंने कहा ये है स्पेशल अपीयरेंस। अरे मैंने कहा अच्छा।
हाँ, उसका एक कॉनोटेशन होता है ना, स्पेशल अपीयरेंस।
मैंने कहा वो स्पेशल अपीयरेंस जो होगी ना, मैं तो आपके लिए कुछ भी करूं, लेकिन मुझे एक प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। मैं अभी बड़ी बड़ी पिक्चरें मद्रास की यहाँ वहाँ क्या दिलीप साहब के साथ या सब के साथ कर रहा हूँ, बराबर का रोल है। तो वो लेके आया और उन्होंने कहा नहीं यार मुझे तो चाहिए, तो तुम्हारी ज़रूरत है बस। मैंने कहा ठीक है फिर ज़रूरत है तो करेंगे। अब वहाँ पर पहुँचे कट टू पूना, तो मैंने पूछता रहा था बीच में, राज साहब क्या डायलॉग क्या है यार, मेरे को सीन्स वीन तो बता दीजिए। बताएंगे यार बताएंगे। तो वहाँ पहुँचे तो कहते जी आपका एक ही डायलॉग सारी पिक्चर में, वो क्या है? प्रेम, प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा।
अभी भी डर लग रहा है सुन के। तो आपने कहा बस एक ही, मतलब एक ही डायलॉग पूरे पिक्चर में आपने
सारी
मना नहीं
पिक्चर
किया?
में उनके बोले, लेकिन वही मैं बोलता रहा। और आज देखिए यूँ इस कदर मकबूल हो गया है वो कि मैं जहाँ भी जाता हूँ, जिस कंट्री में भी हमने शोज़ किए, बहुत कोई चैरिटी शोज़ के वैसे भी, तो उनकी एक ही ख्वाहिश होती है ऑडियंस की, रिक्वेस्ट एक ही होती है, साहब वो बॉबी जी का डायलॉग बोलिए जैसे आपने फिल्म में बोला था।
किताब भी निकली थी ना
वो तो मेरी किताब मेरी बेटी ने लिखी है, प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा। पढ़ी आपने?
नहीं मैंने पढ़ी नहीं है, पर आई सॉ दैट इन दोस बुक्स।
अमेज़न से मिल जाएगी जी, दिल्ली के पब्लिशर थी। अच्छा, तो वो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है जब फॉरेन कंट्रीज जाते हैं, अमेरिका, लंदन, जहाँ भी जो प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, तो वो अपने अंदाज से बोल दीजिए ज़रा तो वैसे बोल देते हैं तो लोग बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं, तालियां बजती हैं, they feel very happy about it.
Yeah, and they must be asking you, right, that you got stuck with that one dialogue. उस वक्त आपने राज साहब को ये नहीं कहा कि कुछ और डाल दो, एक ही डायलॉग क्या बोलना है, कुछ और मैं करूँ, कुछ और अंदाज में करूँ, कुछ आपने? नहीं
ऐसा कुछ नहीं। मैंने उनको कहते कि मैं बता रहा हूँ, तो मैं बहुत ही पहले तो मैं कुछ कॉन्शियस हुआ, और खैर वो लाइटिंग बैटिंग करने की, जैसे आप लाइटिंग करिए, तो अंदर गया मैं, प्रेमनाथ बैठा हुआ था। मैंने कहा यार ये राजकपूर साहब बोल रहे हैं कि एक ही डायलॉग है पिक्चर में, प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा, कैसे रहेगा? कहते यू डोंट नो इफ दिस पिक्चर इज ए हिट यू बी द बेस्ट इन द पिक्चर, $1 मिलियन भी खर्चे होते हैं तो मैं पब्लिसिटी नहीं मिलेगी। वही हुआ। यानी आज तक बच्चे की ज़बान अभी होती रहती है ना टेलीविज़न पे भी, तो आजकल के प्रेजेंट जनरेशन ऑल्सो नो, वेरेवर आई गो देखो से प्रेम नाम है मेरा।
और उसको वो जो उन्होंने राज साहब का एक स्टाइल होता था, कैमरा एंगल लगाना, लाइटिंग करना, और प्रेमनाथ जी भी उसी जनरेशन के हैं, आप भी उसी जनरेशन के, जहाँ पर उन सब पर बहुत तवज्जो दी जाती थी।
जी बिल्कुल। But it's very easy to work with them because they had a very professional people around him. His cameraman was terrific, and they didn't have to give instructions about the camera. And
भारी कैमरे होते थे उस वक्त।
उसमें कुछ होते थे, डिजिटल नहीं होता था, उसको तो वो रील लगती थी ना जी,
और लाइटें भी वो हॉट लाइट्स होती थी, ये जो कोल्ड लाइट्स नहीं होती थी।
जो मच बेटर नाउ जी, it used to take a lot of time for a shot to be retaken again or something like that जी। तो इस तरीके से बस चलता रहा, और वो नाम जो है एक छाप लग गया मेरे ऊपर। अच्छा, मुझे इसमें बड़ी खुशी होती है जी, क्योंकि मैं जब भी लोगों की इतनी फरमाइश होती है तो बोलता हूँ, जब मैं अपना नाम बोलता हूँ तो वो कहते हैं साहब वो नाम बोलिए। मेरी खुशी ये होती है कि मुझे डायलॉग तो नहीं बोलना पड़ेगा, जब भूल गया हूँ तो अपना नाम तो नहीं भूल सकता।
उस वक्त आपने पूछा नहीं कि मैं अपना नाम क्यों, दूसरा नाम क्यों?
नहीं।
बट वर यू गिवन दैट नेम एट बर्थ? क्योंकि उस टाइम एक सिलसिला चलता था ना कि लोग अपना नाम बदल लेते थे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आने से पहले। आपका नाम वाज दैट गिवन टू यू बाय योर पेरेंट्स और वाज इट चेंज्ड?
यस, इट इज गिवन टू मी बाय माय पेरेंट्स।
तो लेट्स गो बैक सर, आपकी चाइल्डहुड, लाहौर में आपका जन्म हुआ, फिर आप माल रोड शिमला वहाँ आए, क्लार्क्स के सामने आप खड़े होके आप फिल्म स्टार्स को आते जाते देखते थे। तो कुछ बताइए लाहौर के किस्से, कुछ शिमला के किस्से, और उसके बाद।
देखिए बस शिमले, लाहौर से तो छोटे से था, तो तब फादर हमारे गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में थे, तो उनका ट्रांसफर हो गया शिमला में। हाँ, आफ्टर पार्टीशन। तो उस 7 दिन पहले हम निकले थे लाहौर से।
तो अच्छा, 1947 में निकले थे आप?
तो
आपको कुछ याद है सर?
उसको तो कुछ नहीं, बस सहमे हुए थे, कुछ ऐसी बातें पर हम सुनते रहते थे कि लोग बहुत परेशान, कत्ले आम हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, कुछ बड़ा अजीब सा लगता था, लेकिन खैर समझ नहीं आती थी, हम अपने मूड में मगन रहते थे।
लाहौर के किस इलाके में रहते थे, कुछ जानते हैं आप?
लाहौर के कृष्णा गली।
कृष्णा गली
ये क्या है? दिस प्लेस इज अ वेरी वेरी फेमस यूज्ड टू बी। There is a place called Goal Mandi.
I've been to Lahore. हाँ जी.
And then there is this Shalmi Gate. उसके बीच में एक श्री कृष्णा गली, number of gullies were there.
जी.
So I was staying in गली नंबर 5.
गली नंबर 5.
तो अभी पाकिस्तान वालों ने ढूंढ ढांड के मुझे इतने सालों के बाद ढूंढ ढांड कर खुद ही ढूंढ दिया, और उनको मुझे दिखा दिया कि ये टेलीविजन, उनके टेलीविजन में बताया।
आपने मकान देखा अपना?
उन्होंने मकान देखा, उससे जाकर इंटरव्यू की उनकी आपस में, तो ये प्रेम चोपड़ा साहब का घर है, ये वो जो होता है। तो
आप कभी वापस लाहौर गए थे?
मुझे इनविटेशन आया था ज़ियाउल हक साहब का
जी,
लेकिन उसको जो मैं दिल्ली में था, बल्कि
हाँ.
मैं और शत्रु और यश जौहर जाने वाले थे. तो लेकिन वो I don't know what happened. Yes, I got very busy, and then suddenly that very day, I had some fever. So I couldn't do it.
पर जब वाजपेयी साहब लाहौर बस लेके गए थे, देव साहब भी गए थे उसमें, तो उस वक्त शायद मौका था कि आप भी चले जाते, लाहौर दिखाते. वो कहते ना, जिनने लाहौर नहीं देखा और जमे नहीं.
जब अभी भी ड्रामे चलते हैं, बहुत अच्छा ड्रामा है, काफी वक्त मिले तो देखिएगा.
फिर शिमले आए आप?
फिर शिमले आए तो तालीम अपनी शिमले में हुई सारी, स्कूल से लेके कॉलेज ग्रेजुएशन तक. आपके
भाइयों की भी?
अच्छा, सबकी.
अच्छा.
We were 5 brothers and 1 sister. Sister is there now in Ludhiana. She's in a very well affluent, very well done, very well settled.
जी.
And
तो तालीम वहाँ पे शिमले में?
तालीम शिमले में हुई. शिमले में एक खास बात थी कि वहाँ पर Shimla used to be the capital city of English, England. जब English
summer capital.
हाँ, summer capital of the अंग्रेज़ों का था वो. तो वो वहाँ पर बड़े थिएटर थे. The theaters made on the style of international way, like Gaiety Theatre, like another theatre is called Akali Badi. 5-6 theatres थे, लेकिन उसमें ड्रामेटिक ग्रुप्स बहुत थे.
गेटी थिएटर में आग लगी थी और अभी रिसेंटली उसे रेनोवेट किया गया था.
अभी किया गया.
जी, मैं हाल फिलहाल गई थी देखने के लिए.
अभी मैं गया था शिमले काफी सालों के बाद. हाँ. तो वहाँ फिर मुझे वहाँ परफॉर्म करना पड़ा.
ओह लवली.
शाइलॉक का रोल था, किया था मैंने शेक्सपियर के. तो आई फेल्ट वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट दैट. But I went with
of course. अगर मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस सोचेंगे तो प्रेम चोपड़ा को कौन सा रोल दिया जाएगा? शाइलॉक ही दिया जाएगा. आई कैन वेल इमेजिन कि कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर को ज्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी.
नहीं, वो था, लेकिन that was very well accepted by the people.
जी.
And there I got the best actors award also.
अंग्रेजी में किया आपने?
हाँ, अपन अंग्रेजी में किया था. तो वो डायलॉग मैं आपको सुनाता हूँ.
जी.
शाइलॉक का जब वो he was hated by the people because he was a Jew. तो वो लोगों ने उससे एक एंटानियो था, he was his arch enemy. He used to make fun of him all the time. He needed money. For money you have to come to the Shylock. He said, okay, I'll give you the money, but I'll have a contract with you. What is the contract? That if you don't give me the money back with the interest in this stipulated time, I shall have the authority to take any part of your body, from any part from your body, 1 pound of flesh. So he comes, the time passed away. So law was very strict. Whatever is written has to be done. So he came to me, Basanio, his friend. So he said, please have mercy on him. I said, have mercy on him. To bait fish with whole, if it would feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, hindered me 500,000 times, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, scoffed my bargains. What is the reason? The reason is I am a Jew. But hath not a Jew hands, passions, dimensions, senses fed with the food? You teach me villainy. This villainy, I will not let it go. I will see the instruction of this. It's a long paragraph, but
amazing. It's fabulous that you can remember these.
Yes, those were staged.
I guess वो आपकी ट्रेनिंग है कि एक बार आपने रट्टा मार लिया, आपको याद रह जाता है.
वो करते रहे. Passion. In fact, my father wanted me to be a doctor or IAS. Himself was that. So कोशिश किया. अभी 5 of us, he says, I have only hope on you. You become something, because मैं डॉक्टर बन जाओ तो I will sell my last shirt also for your education.
Oh.
He was so passionate about him. But थिएटर शॉक हो गया. आप कहते हैं ना, एक वो खुजली हो जाती है. तो कि भैया थिएटर में ही काम करना है. और 2-3 अवार्ड भी ऐसे मिल गए, जैसे इंटर कॉलेज ड्रामेटिक कॉम्पिटिशन था, उसमें बेस्ट एक्टर का अवार्ड मिल गया. तो फिर ऐसा मुझे दोस्तों ने कहना शुरू कर दिया, यार जो ट्राई करो मुंबई जाके, शायद तुम्हारा काम हो जाए। तो मैंने कहा यार जाना चाहिए, पर जाएँ कैसे? Where's the money to go?
Yeah.
So some of my friends helped me, and I came down to Bombay and Borivali.
Which year?
Which it was 1956 or 57.
50. Black and white era का
Yeah,
ज़माना
black
था.
and white. I came there, I struggled. I had to face a lot of humiliation, insults, and no negative response from the people. So I used to go and tell them that I want to be an actor, I want to be this. He said, you leave your photography, I will see. At those time, everybody was so busy in earning money.
फोटो लेना भी तो मुश्किल होता था.
वो कहा आप नंबर छोड़ जाइए, टेलीफोन नंबर. मुझे खैर वो छोड़ देते थे. उसके बाद फिर I had to do some odd jobs to sustain myself in Bombay.
उस वक्त टॉप हीरोज कौन थे?
दिलीप कुमार, राज कपूर, देव आनंद.
ओके.
एंड
पर आप भी मतलब यू आर टॉल फेयर, उस जमाने के जो नापदंड होते थे कि कैसे हीरो को दिखना चाहिए, वो आप यू वर फिटिंग ऑल दोज पॉइंटर्स ना कि फिर भी नहीं.
हाँ, बट लेकिन यो तो आता था हर आदमी यहाँ पर हीरो बनने. We went there and then of course by chance I got a break that I was working on. I was during my interval in the job. Then I got a decent job in Times of India, circulation department.
वही मैं कहने वाली थी, हमारा एक कुछ तो लिंक है कि जर्नलिज्म के साथ कि आप भी मीडिया में थे.
So I was spotted there by somebody and he said, can you come with me to the Ranjeet studio? I said, okay, I'll come. He said, then on the way he said, it's the role of the leading man, but a Punjabi film. मैंने कहा यार नौकरी भी जाएगी कहीं पंजाबी फिल्म में करते करते. पर मैंने कहा चलिए अब देखते हैं. आई शुड लेट अस स्टार्ट. बेगर्स वर नो चूजर्स. तो मैंने कहा चलो देखते हैं, लेट्स सी हाउ इट वर्क्स आउट. एंड दैट वाज चौधरी करनैल सिंह. It was the biggest hit of that time. We got a national award and the biggest hit in Punjabi films.
Who was the heroine opposite you?
Jabeen Jalil.
अच्छा. वो she stayed on in India. She became a famous actress. I'm sorry.
She was a very famous Punjabi actress. But then again, she had a lot of Hindi pictures as well. She's quite educated. She's still here in Bombay. And now, of course, she's married and all that, and has children. So that's how it happened. The picture being, and then a lot of people Punjabi pictures के लिए आए मेरे पास. और मैंने कहा यार ये ज़्यादा ही हो गया कुछ. तो मैंने कहा नौकरियाँ जाने हैं. आई हैव टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट बहुत.
तो आपने टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया की नौकरी नहीं छोड़ी?
नहीं छोड़ी बिल्कुल. उसमें मैंने बहुत सी पिक्चरें की ड्यूरिंग दैट जॉब.
तो हॉबी था सिर्फ. एक्टिंग वाज नॉट येट अ प्रोफेशन for you?
Acting was a profession, and I was being paid for it.
But your main line was Times of India, BB.
The main line was this. Job was there, but my main line was this.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
To be in this profession, so determined to be here.
हाँ.
So that's how how I got going. But then I was given a chance. Shaheed, Manoj Kumar and myself, I played Sukhdev in it. So I was noticed very well, and then just flow of pictures started.
That was a beautiful film.
Beautiful.
And Manoj Kumar, his films, the camera angles were something else. I always liked.
Terrific.
लोग गुरुदत्त के बारे में कहते हैं, उनकी पिक्चरें जो है, they were artistically so beautifully done. I think content-wise, Manoj Kumar's films were overpowering because of the patriotic element in it, and उसमें फिर people didn't pay so much attention to the art behind it. But there was a reason why people still remember those films, because वो low angle shot, dolly वाली shots use करते थे, he was totally in love with the male actor of his film. अभी आप अगर देखें संजय लीला बंचाली and all that, why do we see it? Because he makes the actress look like a goddess.
Yes.
And Manoj Kumar would do that even with the male actor.
Yes, he would do it.
Yeah.
But his way of working was very original and very simple. He would take the whole scene in one shot. वो एक ही शॉट में वो जूम होता था ना, उसमें कैमरे जूम लगाया क्लोज में आगे, फिर वैसे नॉर्मल समटाइम्स ही वुड ऑपरेट द कैमरा हिमसेल्फ,
बिना कट के पूरा
रिहर्सल बोल एक इधर रिहर्सल हो जाती थी, उसके बाद शुरू, एंड दैट यूज्ड टू हैव वंडरफुल रिजल्ट्स. इट वाज जस्ट लाइक वर्किंग ऑन द स्टेज. So he had a very original style. He was a writer himself and director, financer, producer, and leading man, of course, of every film that he
But
was
what
working.
a lovely role Sukhdev ka role aapne kiya.
Yes.
It must have felt very good to do that role, right?
I felt very good because I wanted a good role to. Still, I was working. I was still working Times of India. I did not leave it.
Ji.
Then the major break was in Upkar.
Again with Manoj Kumar.
With Manoj Kumar. And in between I did one picture with Dev Anand, the तीसरी मंजिल, वो कौन थी, और मेरा साया, राज खोसला की पिक्चर है, बड़ी अच्छी, बहुत अच्छी सुपर हिट पिक्चर.
Of course, Mera Saya was Sadhana, right?
Yes, साधना.
Yeah.
साधना. मेरा साया में सुनील दत्त था.
सुनील दत्त, हाँ.
तो वो कौन थी, में मनोज कुमार था, ऑफ कोर्स.
वो सब मर्डर मिस्ट्रीज वगैरह थी, घोस्ट वाली फिल्में.
वेरी बिग हिट.
एक जॉनर बन गया उस वक्त.
जॉनर बन गया और बड़ी जबरदस्त हिट हुई.
और गाने कितने फेमस थे.
Yes. Music used to be, people used to be very talented, so the music was concerned, and they would do a lot of hard work for that. So it was good, and things started going.
Yeah. So but were you recognized by this time कि हाँ वो जा रहे हैं, प्रेम चोपड़ा जी जा रहे हैं?
मालूम उसी वक्त मालूम हो गया था जब मैं नौकरी तो छोड़ी नहीं थी. लोगों को कई लोगों ने पिक्चरें देख ली थी मेरी, एक दो. मैं तो किसी को बताया ही नहीं. तो मुझे जनरल मैनेजर थे वहाँ मिस्टर जेसी, उन्होंने मुझे बोला एक दिन. He said, I'm sure, I'm 100% know that you don't want to be in this job and you are already interested in cinema. But let me tell you, when you are working here, you work properly and keep on trying silently. So it was very nice of him. I said, yes, sir, I will do. So I was very, then 20 days in a month I used to go out of Bombay because circulation department, certain areas were under me. So I had to increase the sales of Times of India. So in those days, increasing sales of Times of India and publications were not a problem because that was the only
media
publication media which was read by everyone. Film fair hua, ye hua, wo hua. So that's how the things got going.
पर उस वक्त आपकी टाइप कास्टिंग नहीं हुई थी विलन के. You were doing a variety of roles. तो जब आप ऑफिस आते थे, people didn't get scared कि ये तो वही.
No. ऐसी बात कुछ भी नहीं थी. Because when you are meeting people every day and you meet they know you very well. So
और उस टाइम वो सेल्फियों का जमाना भी नहीं था. तो लोग आपके पास आते नहीं होंगे कि फोटो लेनी है. ऑटोग्राफ का जमाना था.
ऑटोग्राफ तो देते, लेकिन अपने स्कूल अपने ऑफिस वालों को नहीं. पता लग जाए उनको. खैर जो पता लग गया तो when Upkar reached halfway, then I thought I can probably stay in this city and can afford to have food both times. Struggling time होता था ना.
Who were the friends of that time of yours? Like
Manoj Kumar was one of them. Jatinder was another one. Was staying in the same building. We used to struggle together. And
आपका एक ग्रुप था ना, ऋषि कपूर, जितेंद्र, आप. एक बहुत ही सालों साल आपका एक बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड वेरी इफ आई मे से वेरी पंजाबी नेटवर्क. आप में से कई लोग जो हैं वेरी चोपड़ा कपूर दोस्त का है, फूडीज, फूड ड्रिंकिंग,
everything वो सब था.
हाँ.
They used to have great fun. It is quite you see in those days there was no
vanity vans. हाँ. सब एक साथ. मेकअप भी एक ही जगह.
But you are staying in a place and you're working, and then you are given some room to look after yourself, makeup and all that, and then you after the shot and all that you sit together and then start knowing each other very well.
तो रोटी एक साथ होती थी.
So the next shot when it starts, and those days, let me tell you, the films were not made in isolation. That used to be a group activity.
Okay.
So people would make suggestions. यार ये मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, अभी वहाँ तो बाउंड स्क्रिप्ट तो होते नहीं थे उन दिनों में, सीन वाइज चलता था काम, जहाँ आज का शेड्यूल हुआ फिर अगले स्क्रिप्ट खुलते जा रही है।
तो कोई किस्सा बताइए जब आपने कुछ सजेस्ट किया हो मनोज कुमार जी को या राज जी को या उस वक्त के किसी डायरेक्टर
राज
को।
जी के साथ मैंने एक ही पिक्चर में काम किया, बस एक ही सजेस्ट किया, वो भी काफ़ी था।
और दूसरों
मनोज
के
कुमार के साथ भी क्रांति में था कि शंभू का दिमाग दो धारी तलवार है, तो मैं वो
Oh my goodness.
one liner they started giving me, all the people started thinking that प्रेम चोपड़ा को लेना है तो वन लाइनर जरूर चाहिए। तो मैं अभी एक पिक्चर आई थी सौतन, उसमें मैंने डायलॉग बोला था, मैं वो बला हूँ जो शीशे से पत्थर को तोड़ता हूँ। तो वो जब बैठे तो बोलते हैं यार राजेश खन्ना और सामने को बटा के डिस्कस कर रहे थे हम सीन को, कहते यार ये कहते हैं कि मैं वो बला हूँ जो पत्थर से शीशे को तोड़ता हूँ। तो मैंने कहा यार मज़ा नहीं आया इसको, अगर उल्टा कर दें तो जो शीशे से पत्थर को तोड़ता हूँ शीशे टूटेगा, तो सो मीन दैट ही विल डू दैट। तो they accepted and things became popular even now.
तो डायरेक्टर्स ही बोलते थे आपको कि आप ही बता दो क्या जमेगा?
आप सब इकट्ठे मिलके सोचते थे, बस वो used to be togetherness there, lot of togetherness, and there used to be suggestions from all over.
Okay.
You were allowed to do that, and you were allowed to perform also according to you.
अच्छा, तो जैसे कि अगर डायरेक्टर ने बोला कि आप इस तरह फला और आपने कहा कि नहीं दिस वुड लुक बेटर, यू वुड डू 2 takes.
Not that way. The director has always been the captain of the ship, and he was very clear about what he is doing. So our job was to perform, and to leave an effect there. So that is not different. He was of course always the head of the department hota tha.
Okay, tell me some of your the actresses of that time that you acted in. अभी हम black and white era में ही हैं, तो हम
अब आ गए ना,
उस वक्त क्रांति पे आ गए, सौतन पे आ गए, तो कलर पे आ गए,
दूसरी मंजिल में आ गए, सौतन में आ गए, सब आ गए।
तो कौन से वो रोमांटिक रोल्स थे which really touched you with the actresses you felt भाई कुछ है?
Madhubala was one of them. She was a very pretty woman, and
कौन सी फिल्म में आप उनके साथ?
उनके साथ कोई पिक्चर नहीं की, मैं उनका फ़ैन था।
अच्छा।
मैं फ़ैन था सबसे बड़ा दिलीप कुमार साहब का।
अच्छा।
कॉलेज के ज़माने से, तो मैं उसके पिक्चरें देखता था यार, मैं यही सोचता था कि हम भी स्टेज पे काम करते हैं, ये सोचती इतना नेचुरल काम करता है, ये कैसे करता है कैमरे के सामने। तो I used to go again for the second time to see his picture, only to study.
उनकी जो मेथड है उनका
method effect. He not from any institution. He was an institution himself. Amazing.
मतलब अचंभे की बात है ना कि आप भी यही कहोगे और शाहरुख खान भी यही कहेगा। मतलब लुक एट द जनरेशन, लाइक मतलब 50 साल का फर्क होगा, लेकिन 50 साल से his style of acting is something which everybody wants to do, है ना?
They do. I mean, there's some scenes where the writer is narrating to the script. He says, now this scene has to be enacted like Dilip Kumar.
अच्छा।
Such a big compliment to him.
तो आप कैसे करोगे अगर आपको कहा जाए कि फला सीन जो है दिलीप साहब के तरह जाए?
दिलीप साहब के साथ मैं 7 पिक्चरें की। बैराग, दास्तान, क्रांति, दुनिया, और एक और पिक्चर करने वाले थे, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये फेल सिक।
पर अगर आप किसी एक्टर को इतना एडमायर करते हैं और उसके अगेंस्ट यू हैव टू डू अ विलन का रोल, उनको गाली देनी है या उनको उनकी पिटाई करनी है, तो आप कैसे करोगे?
When you are performing in front of the camera, everybody is equal. And if you don't do that, then you are not going to be there for a long time. You have to deliver goods in a very proper way. And then you have to keep your feet grounded to the floor. But I'm telling you, there are people, we used to be very hard-working actors, used to be very involved actors. And every picture of ours used to, for me at least, was supposed to be the last picture. So I used to work so hard in that film so that I should be recognized and get more work. And that is how it was happening.
Which actor did you like acting with the most?
Dilip Kumar Sahab.
Dilip Kumar.
Then Manoj Kumar, he was so easy to work with. Dev Anand Saab, and Raj Kapoor Saab to the ही genius.
Dev Anand Saab as a director ki as a co-star?
As a co-star.
Okay.
हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 3-4 पिक्चरें की, देश परदेश जो दोनों बहुत बड़ी हिट हुई थी, बाकी कुछ एक पिक्चरें उनकी.
Desh Pardesh was shot abroad as well as. So
Yeah.
is it different when you shoot outside the country? कुछ मतलब does it give you extra creative space?
Well, it does, because you come to see the places, like the very first picture of his, Prem Pujari, and the first trip of mine abroad was in that film. I've never been abroad. तो स्विट्जरलैंड में जाना था.
That was the army film, Prem Pujari, right?
Prem Pujari was romantic army. That was different film. Yeah.
That there's a story to that film that there's one scene in Prem Pujari in which Dev Anand is crying, and he takes the cap and he crushes it and cries. And it was a film based on army, and my father was there to see that there was nothing which was because he was at that time with the army, so his role my father was there to see that कोई ऐसी चीज ना हो जो it was against the army, right? तो उस वक्त उन्हें एक बेरे को क्रश करना था और वो बेरे उन्हें मिल नहीं रहा था, मतलब the one that they had was not right, so my father had given his and he took that and he crushed that scene, crushed the cap, and he told him कि ये तो क्रश हो. बेरे था कि एक कोई कैप था उस वक्त, यूनिफॉर्म का कैप, तो वो उन्होंने क्रश किया था in that. I don't know which war it was.
Prem Pujari was a romantic film.
62 war.
हम दोनों
correct. In which one double role था उनका शायद उसमें ना. Correct.
बहुत बढ़िया किया था उन्होंने, बहुत बड़ी हिट थी वो.
हाँ.
That was directed by his own brother, I think, Vijay Anand. He was a great director.
Yes, I've interviewed him once.
Yes, he was an excellent director.
Yeah.
I worked with him in Chupa Rustam, and then Tisri Manzil.
Okay.
And then he wanted to take another film, but everybody after that 3-4 films went sick.
Okay.
God has been kind to me.
But when you were acting with Dev Anand, is he like he's thinking about his role, right? He's the leading man. आप लीड में नहीं हो उस वक्त, तो फोकस डायरेक्टर का सिर्फ देवानंद पे होता है, उनका भाई डायरेक्ट कर रहा है, वो लीड रोल पे है.
वो तो भाई तो उसका एक आध पिक्चर की, उसके बाद हिमसेल्फ
नवकेतन फिल्म्स, आई थिंक इट वाज
राइटिंग स्क्रिप्ट एंड डायरेक्टिंग फिल्म्स हिमसेल्फ.
हाँ.
That was his forte. Totally, he wanted to be a director. You see, the difference between two brothers was, one was the super director, Vijay Anand, and one was the super duper hero.
Yeah.
But the super duper hero wanted to be a director, and the super director wanted to be a hero too. तो खैर जो वो कामयाब तो हुए, because they were very talented brothers. And देव साहब तो कमाल थे, यानी उनके साथ काम करना इतना अच्छा लगता था. It was so easy to work with him. And I was there in Kathmandu, shooting for Kathmandu, this Hare Ram Hare Krishna. So I saw the members of the staff there talk like him, speak, walk like him, and act, and उसके
वो जो फ्लेयर था,
वो अपना उनकी very people used to not copy him, but fortunately, automatically it used to be that thing. You would talk to him, he would talk to you. You see, this is that. Okay. And then you see, do that. So that used to be very exciting and inspiring for the people who were working with him. So it was a great thing.
उनका वो जेस्चर बहुत होता था ना?
Yeah.
हाथ ऐसे करके.
ये करना, वो करना.
और वो रियल लाइफ में भी ऐसे ही थे?
No, in real life, he was a very highly educated boy and person, and
he was also from Lahore, right?
He was born in Lahore, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure. And in real life, he was not that. He was a very good fellow.
उस वक्त काफी सारे लोग they were from the pre-partition era जो you know who came from undivided Punjab.
Dilip Kumar, they were all from there.
वो तो पेशावर से आए थे.
पेशावर से आए हैं भाई. पाकिस्तान में है ना अभी.
Yeah. So there were quite a few of you who had come from pre-partition India and were becoming part of the Bombay film industry. तो एक क्या किनशिप होता था उस वक्त कि हाँ हम लोगों का रहना खाना पीना एक तरह का है as compared to people who were already established at that time?
Not exactly, because everybody has had his own individuality there, and everybody had to struggle. There's nobody, there were not people who will suggest your name and he will take you. He will take you if you deserve it, the producers or directors in those days. Because eventually it comes down to the commercial business, totally commercial. You have got to have the people working in that picture who are deserving it. So in those days we used to be very hardworking and honestly hardworking.
Who do you, like when you look at the actresses that you worked with, which actress did you most have, you were comfortable with?
I was very comfortable with Hema Malini. We did many films together. A lot of work we did together. एक तो गाना हमारा बड़ा ही पॉपुलर हुआ था राजा जानी में, वो भी सजेशन लिखे क्या थी, गाना सुना था ना आपने वो कि कितना मज़ा आ रहा है, कितना मज़ा आ रहा है. The situation was this कि villain is totally involved or totally mortified by that Hema Malini. And she had Devinder was there in that film, and she had a trip with him somewhere, and then she wanted to make him jealous. तो ये उसने मुझे कहा, डायरेक्टर थे हमारे मोहन सागर साहब और भी दूसरे थे, सब बैठे जैसे में आपने कहा the suggestions were always welcome if it fits them. If does not, they used to reject you also. तो उन्होंने कहा साहब मेमा जी गाना गाती हैं और वो अंदर खड़ा होता है उसको करने के लिए, तो आप बस चलते जाइए साथ साथ. तो मैंने कह रहा कि मैं सजेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ, सपोजिंग इफ शी सिंग्स, when she is singing, this guy is totally gotten over her, and he's absolutely obsessed with her. So when she starts singing, he really thinks that she's singing for him. So he started dancing. So that became very popular. And he said, dance directors said, why not? Well, let's see how you do it. So I did the first shot. First of all, the cameraman fell down laughing. It became the super hit thing. It became the repeat value of the picture. Till today, you will see that picture.
And some, what were the other ones? Especially Purani jo actresses thi, us waqt.
Nutan ji was a great actress. Okay. She's worked with me in a couple of films I worked with her. Yadgar and Nafal, so many films.
Okay.
And there were many others. Everybody was Shimla Tagore, all those were real actresses.
But you had to do a negative role opposite them. तो जब आप सेट पे फ्रेंडली हो तो सीन में जब आप you have to be nasty to them, you have to say horrible things to them, वो जब सेट से बाहर जाते हो, जब कैमरा ऑफ हो जाता है, वो इम्पैक्ट नहीं करता?
कुछ इम्पैक्ट नहीं करता. When you are performing in front of the camera, you are the character. You are not playing that Prem Chopra. You are playing the character. If I'm playing a devilish role, I have to be a devil. So I have to prove myself. That's how the picture doesn't get disturbed. Supposing if I say, there's some people, you have to adjust yourself. There are some people, great superstars who were absolutely superstar. But that superstardom doesn't stay forever. It comes down. When it comes down, and sometimes the superstar, like Amitabh Bachchan, he has adjusted himself to the other roles, like not the hero, not the leading man. He was character roles. But there are central characters. But there were other actors who were very, very popular, but they could not adjust to the
but failure. in those days, मैं अगर आप 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, इवन टिल द 90s अगर मैं हम बात करें, तो एक जॉनर था कि हाँ विलन का रोल करेंगे तो या तो प्रेम चोपड़ा साहब को लेंगे या प्राण को लेंगे, रंजीत को लेंगे, देयर वाज सुजीत कुमार वे बैक, देयर वाज डैनी. मतलब इट वाज अंडरस्टूड कि ये नेगेटिव रोल्स होंगे, एंटी हीरो होंगे. मतलब उस वक्त आप लोगों को डर नहीं लगता था टाइप कास्टिंग का. आजकल सब करते हैं कि हाँ एक रोल नेगेटिव किया तो एक रोल पॉजिटिव कर दो, पर उस जमाने में इट वाज अंडरस्टूड कि नेगेटिव रोल्स आप ही करोगे.
तभी तो बहुत पॉपुलर बहुत हुआ ना. बॉबी भी they didn't have to put more scenes to establish that I'm going to create a problem. So one dialogue would create a whole problem.
कि स्यापा लाना है तो फिर प्रेम चोपड़ा को ले आओ.
तो उसके बाद वो जो है बाकी उसके बाद people have started accepting, like foreign countries, one actor who does the most villainous character in one film, he was applauded. He's applauded. But in the second film, he does the most emotional role. And the people like the performance. You see, the capability of the actor to perform that way.
पर वो जैसे गॉडफादर का एक एल पचिनो काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, मतलब वैसे मार्लन ब्रांडो. पर वैसे कोई फिल्म यहाँ पर नहीं बनी ना where the negative character was like, खलनायक tried a little bit, but I don't think that.
No, total film में ऐसी नहीं बनी.
हाँ.
And in fact, I had an offer. Somebody came to me. He said, "This is making an American English film. They were Hollywood actors, American actors. So." And you are making a tribute to Godfather, and you are the Godfather.
Ah.
I jumped
play within a play.
I jumped to because I'm the Godfather. So play like it. But when I went to the set, it was not a Godfather. It was one of the actors only.
Ah.
So that was their conception was different. I did some American films also. I did quite a few. Heartland एक picture है वो release हुई अभी all over America. I played a Sardar in it.
Okay.
So
right.
I was
Punjabi, English.
No, there's a Punjabi English, mostly English. I refused to speak English when I did, and there's a good story behind it. My son-in-law is in America. He sends his English girl to get approval from me. So
for marriage.
For marriage.
Huh.
So I keep on watching that woman, and I used to say it's not possible because those people have been so different to my best friends. We were all in the army. He says, I said, the people, they are treated Indians like animals. And my best friends died. They did not even give them a respectable funeral. They just throw them. I said, since then I had made up my mind not to speak this language at all. But after seeing you, your surroundings and all that, I find you're a very simple person and you are fit for this. So that was the kahani out of that.
Nice.
It became very, very popular.
Okay.
So that's how things get going.
So when you are in the sets and you have to be nasty, rude, you have to say horrible things to a person, it's not your natural tendency to do that, right? You play acting. फिर आप life में आते हैं. How do you mentally adjust to it? Like, does it stay with you or do you switch off?
No, it does. You see, as I told you, you have to be working very hard. But it's not necessary that when you come to the house, you become a villain. I've got 3 daughters. And when they were going to school, one of them was there, my eldest daughter, Gita, who's a writer now. And he used to say, my friends in the school keep on telling your father does some sort of negative roles and a very bad guy on the screen. How do you do that? I said, okay, sit down. You find me a villain in the house? No, you are a comedian. I said, then he said, I said, listen, I am doing my job. And the people have accepted me that I am deserved to go ahead with the job and I'm competent enough. If I was not, you wouldn't be getting this facilities of sending into school for different, with your own driver, with car and all that, and the food and everything. You whatever you desire, you're there. We go abroad together. We go abroad many times with my children, and we had great fun. So I said that was not possible if I was not doing my job honestly. So that is what brings. It's an actor's job. An actor has to be very convincing in front of the camera. So they understood that. Then write a books on it.
Does it matter to keep work separate and home separate? क्योंकि बाकी professions में तो
it doesn't. You come home, you become a normal human being. Yeah.
So tell me, when you look back in your life, what are those moments you feel that, this was what I really wanted to do in life? Like some films which stayed with you all your life. कि ये वाली picture जो मैंने करके, मतलब जीवन में जो मैंने चाहा था वो हुआ. कोई ऐसी?
No, there was a big desire in me to play the character of Godfather, like Marlon Brando. That character, the central character, Marlon Brando's guy. But unfortunately, it didn't come my way. But one picture came to tribute to Godfather. That was not that sort of a standard film. It was also an English film. So, but there are so many other characters which I would have thought I would do it. But there are so many pictures I left because I didn't agree with the character, with the script of the film. And sometimes those very pictures become the biggest hits.
जैसे कि?
जैसे बहुत सी पिक्चरें थी, जैसे थी.
और छोड़ी क्यों? मतलब कि why didn't you agree with it? Your role, or you didn't agree with?
I didn't agree with the character that they were trying to give me.
Okay.
Like Yash Chopra's film थी एक, Vijay picture का नाम था. I was a permanent actor with Yash Chopra in every film. Kala Patthar, Trishul, and Dag, everywhere. But I said, this is not the type of character I would like to play. They get offended, but then you have to.
यश चोपड़ा के बैनर को कौन ना करता है ना?
But you have to take care of yourself.
Right.
Because then you get typed there. So ये भी कर लेते हैं.
You've acted with Rajesh Khanna and you've acted with Amitabh Bachchan. You've acted with Dilip Kumar. These three men, if I was to consider, were, अगर आप कहें कि ये decade इनके साथ जुड़ा है, ये decade इनके साथ जुड़ा है. 70s was all about Rajesh Khanna. 60s was all about probably Dilip Kumar, 50s, 60s. And
Dilip Kumar was till the end. He was.
Yeah, till the end he was every film that he did.
Unless until he
decided not to act.
Till he felt sick,
Yeah. So tell me about your experience of acting with Rajesh Khanna. It was like, I think you did 20, 30 films together?
Yeah, we did 25.
When you mentioned Dag, I just remembered.
Yes. We had, we were together. You see, there was a joke going around. शक्ति सामंत के पास कोई डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर आते थे, पिक्चर जब बनती थी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ख़रीदने के लिए आते थे. कहते ये पिक्चर में कौन कौन है? कहते जी राजेश खन्ना है, ये है. कहते एक बात बताइए, प्रेम चोपड़ा है कि नहीं है? कहते जी वो भी है. Then
तो हीरोइन का नाम नहीं होता था, आपका नाम होता था हीरो के साथ. So hero and villain was something that the distributor wanted to know, not hero and heroine.
And then they wanted to know. Of course, the picture was sold on the name of the hero as well. Mostly it was. But hero कौन है? दूसरे कैरेक्टर क्या है? प्रमोद चक्रवर्ती भी यही वही डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर उसके बोलते थे भाई, उसके साथ बहुत पिक्चरें मैंने की.
पर कैसे होता था कि एक नेगेटिव कैरेक्टर का इम्पैक्ट इतना हो कि पिक्चर ज़्यादा बिके? मतलब डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर तो पैसे के मामले में देखते हैं ना कि कितना बिकेगा. तो व्हाट इज इट कि नेगेटिव इमोशन की वजह से लोग थिएटर पे आते हैं? नेगेटिव.
You see, even now if you see those television serials, OTT, you find those things are accepted with their negative roles as well. So negative role in any sort of a narration, in any sort of narratives that keep the picture going, that keep the flow of the picture, and that makes the whole damn thing interesting. तो अगर नहीं हो सीधे साधे काम कर दें, तो वो उसमें कोई हो ही नहीं, वो उनको ड्रामा लगता है. That is so important.
बट प्रेम साहब, अगर मैं बोलूं कि अगर हम आज के OTT प्लेटफॉर्म में जो नेगेटिव कैरेक्टर्स को देखते हैं ना, तो जब तक वो गाली गलौच नहीं करते वो नेगेटिविटी बाहर नहीं आती, उनकी उभर के नहीं आती. आपके साथ ऐसे होता था, आपको कुछ बोलने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं होती थी. एज सून एज द कैमरा केम ऑन योर फेस, दैट emotion was depicted. That was the difference between that era and
this era.
तो वो नेगेटिविटी.
Yeah, the time changes, यानी वक्त बदलता है, हालात बदलते हैं, हालात बदलते हैं, युग बदलते हैं, नहीं कुछ बदलता तो बस वक्त बदलता है.
अगर आपको ऐसे रोल्स में डाला जाए, लाइक सपोज आई वाज टू से दैट हम मिर्ज़ापुर 3 बना रहे हैं, 4 बना रहे हैं, और आपको उस रोल में डाल रहे हैं, विल यू बी एबल टू से those words?
Yes,
You can.
After that, I've done so many positive characters, whether you've seen or not, like this Rocket Singh Salesman of the Year, Ranbir Kapoor के साथ था मैं. I was his grandfather was played the Sardar, and there it was accepted very well.
Yeah.
And
you're acting with him again, right? I mean, जो release होने वाली है.
रणबीर कपूर के साथ भी पिक्चर आ रही है मेरी,
Animal.
अभी Animal. Then again, this
उसमें आपका क्या रोल है?
उसमें मैं I'm patriarch of the whole family.
अच्छा.
That eldest of the whole family.
तो आप ग्रैंडफादर का रोल कर रहे हैं?
जी हाँ.
रणबीर के ग्रैंडफादर का.
रणबीर के ग्रैंडफादर नहीं, रणबीर के ग्रैंडफादर के बड़े भाई का.
अच्छा.
और ये तो भी दिस इज अ वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्टोरी. इट्स अ मर्डर मिस्ट्री प्लस द फैमिली स्टोरी. So, but very interestingly made.
So you've acted with Ranbir's grandfather, and now you're acting with the grandson.
Yeah. Great grandson.
So what did it feel like at that stage for him also? It must have felt कि हाँ, मतलब दादाजी के ज़माने के actors के साथ मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. It must be overwhelming for him also.
Yeah, he is a very fine actor. You see his picture, this, Kalal has done a damn good job. He has done a damn good job in Rocket Singh Salesman of the Year also. And that actor is very involved. And he almost...
You related to the Kapoor family also, right?
My wife is a younger sister of Mrs. Raj Kapoor, Krishna ji.
Ji.
So we were there. So at that relationship doesn't matter when you're facing the camera.
No?
No, it doesn't matter at all. You're playing the character. You have to play the character that's convincingly. I told you it's a commercial business. Nobody takes you just because I tell somebody, please take Smita ji for this character. They won't take it. What is Smita ji for that role? How does she suit that role? That's important. That's why things go on.
लेकिन लोग नेपोटिज्म की बात करते हैं कि बॉलीवुड में भाई भतीजेवाद की वजह से लोगों को रोल मिलते हैं, और भाई भतीजेवाद को आगे बढ़ाया जाता है. कोई किसी का साला है, कोई किसी का भतीजा है. इसी वजह से फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में, नहीं तो बाकी तो स्ट्रगल करते रहते हैं. हज़ारों की तादाद में लोग आते हैं इस शहर में और चले जाते हैं क्योंकि कनेक्शंस नहीं है.
You are right. A good question. But there are people who have been super producers themselves, super directors, and they're responsible for introducing many talented people, new talented people in the industry. But for their own children, they try to make a film because they had this advantage that their father was such a big producer, he could make a film for them. They made a film, but they could not deliver goods. So they stayed there then. They were not approached for anything. Like Raj Kapoor, only Rishi Kapoor was the most sought-after actor because he was a damn good actor, a very involved actor. But it was unlike us. He was given the break on a platter. This is the break. So, but one has to prove himself. Like Hrithik Roshan, his father made a picture for him, which was a very big hit. Uske baad to he is sustaining because he has got talent, he's hardworking, and he knows his job so well that he becomes the superstar.
जैसे राजेंद्र कुमार सन, Kumar Gaurav, he had a super duper hit.
Yeah.
Lekin he didn't really make it. But Sunil Dutt's son, Sanjay Dutt, when he made the entry, he stayed on. So it's not necessary just because your father is a...
It's not necessary.
उनको जुबली कुमार कहते थे, लेकिन उनका बेटा...
No, not necessary at all. Not necessary. That's a wrong idea with the people.
Uh-huh.
Here, nobody is your relation. Nobody your relative. Nobody can favor to you. Only you have to prove yourself that you deserve it. That's my opinion. Maybe there are people who are different.
So did you feel at any point of time that I could have done this role better? मैं हीरो ही बनता, मेरे को विलन की तरह टाइपकास्ट कर दिया, मैं उस कैटेगरी में रह गया और मैं हीरो नहीं बन पाया. रिग्रेट होता है?
देखिए, जब शुरू में आदमी आता है ना कोई यहाँ कुछ इंडस्ट्री में, तो वो हीरो बनने के लिए आता है. तो लेकिन जब people like me who had no place to stay, nothing else to do, only small jobs I was doing. So I had no option when I was offered the negative characters. So I had to accept them. And those negative characters where he played, they were super duper hit films. And where I played the hero in some of the Hindi pictures also, that was super duper flops. So you get the maximum credit for the success of the film, the hero gets, and the maximum discredit also for the failure of the film.
और जब अगर पिक्चर चलती नहीं है तो
हीरो को फर्क पड़ता है सबसे ज़्यादा.
हीरो,
लेकिन बाकी आर्टिस्ट जिन्होंने अच्छा काम किया है उनको भी फर्क पड़ता है, लेकिन दे स्टे ऑन. आई एम स्टेइंग इन द इंडस्ट्री फॉर द लास्ट 60 years. People have been tolerating me. That's been so kind.
No, you're being very modest, sir. Did you fall in love with any actress, if I may ask?
It's a very debatable question. We'll talk in private.
But maybe वो अंजाम तक नहीं पहुंचा, but कुछ तो क्रश हुआ होगा.
हाँ, तो वो तो होता ही है.
दिल तो टूटा होगा कभी.
हाँ, दिल तो टूटा बहुत हुआ. हम लोगों का दिल तोड़ते थे, वो हमारा दिल तोड़ते थे.
And then you moved on.
Yeah, moved on. You don't move on. You sit there.
Right, and you act with them, and you know that nothing can happen.
No, nothing can happen. You at that time you forget about your relationship. You forget about everything. You know your job.
Those actresses were so beautiful of that era.
Of course.
You've acted with so many beautiful.
भैदा जी के साथ अभी भी काम किया दिल्ली 6 में. उसमें पॉजिटिव रोल था मेरा. और भी एक आध किस में थी, यश चौड़ा के पिक्चर में भी थी वो, त्रिशूल में. तो
Trishul was like so many big actors in that film. I don't think it got the credit that it should have. You know, it didn't. लोग जब great films की बात करते हैं, त्रिशूल की इतनी बात नहीं करते हैं, but that was a very difficult father-son relationship, and you know, there were so many characters in that who played very very important roles. अपनी जगह एक सबके roles अच्छे थे.
सबके अच्छे characters हैं, because that's how the picture runs. The script has to be the script is the hero actually. The actually hero of the film industry is the film is the hero. Script.
It was the heyday of Amitabh Bachchan, but still सबके roles अच्छे थे उस film में.
बराबर के थे.
है ना? It was very good. And you mentioned this Dilli 6. That was also such a cute film.
Yeah.
छोटी film थी, but so Dilli.
Yes.
Do you have memories of Delhi?
Delhi, yeah, of course. I stayed in Delhi also. From there, my house is there. My brothers are staying there. My sister has got a place there, but now she's in Ludhiana, but she's got a...
Tell me about your family.
We have 5 brothers and a sister. Unfortunately, 4 brothers are no more there. One wanted to be a producer, and he didn't know. He was so novice to the whole thing, and not खड़ूस आदमी नहीं था. जो होते हैं ना, जो प्रोड्यूसर है, उनको चाहिए टॉलरेंस पावर, वो नहीं थी. तो खैर ही couldn't. Anyway, like that, other people had they were.
आपकी फैमिली से कोई भी फिल्मों में they didn't make it other than you?
No, there was only one person who didn't know.
Your daughters didn't want to get into films?
No. They were offered, but they never wanted to be. They were into this education sort of a thing. So now they're all settled.
So when you look back, do you feel that like the friendships that you've had in the film industry, have they lasted all this while? Who are your closest friends in the industry?
Yes, there have been, as you rightly said, there have been friends like Rishi Kapoor, Jatinder, Rajesh Roshan. We were all good, like a group there. And there were many others.
Was Rishi's Kapoor's passing away a shock to you? Did it really hurt a lot? Because he was so close to you.
Yes.
हमने बहुत photos देखे आप लोगों के साथ में.
Yeah, we used to be together all the time, and on a spare time. It happens, yeah. People, he got he got all right he got free from cancer, but then again got into a problem because he did reoccur or something like that. He was a very nice actor and a jolly good chap.
तो जब आप साथ होते थे, what was your, when you used to all get together, was it films that you discussed? What is it that was bonding?
We used to discuss girls.
Interesting. So which girls? Now I have to ask you.
No, I can't tell you.
I'm sure they won't mind. They'll be flattered.
No.
I'm sure
right.
they're. So
They're
you had,
grandmothers now.
So you had common friends, common girlfriends?
No, we had a group. We knew so many people.
Common girlfriends in the sense that the woman that you fell in love with was the same person that, say, a Rishi Kapoor would fall in love with.
We were having a lot of pranks with each other.
Huh.
So, like that, it was so funny things to do.
Huh.
But that didn't.
Were their spouses also friends कि उनकी wives और आपकी wives वो सब एक साथ मिलते थे?
Yes, they used to be together.
So there was a sense of family.
It was sort of a family get together.
Huh.
But nowadays it is different. It's only the one single person's meet. The families are not there unless and until it's a very close party or something we meet.
क्योंकि वो WhatsApp का ज़माना तो था नहीं.
देखिए उस वक्त हम जवान थे, अभी भी हैं, लेकिन वो क्या उस वक्त था, वो टॉयलेट भी गया, शूटिंग करके आए, 8:30-9 बजे ख़त्म हुई, रात को चलो पार्टी. हाँ. 2 बजे तक पार्टी होती.
कहाँ जाते थे आप पार्टी?
आपस में. मेरे घर आ गए या मैं उनके घर चला गया ऐसा. हाँ. तो उसके बाद सुबह 9 बजे शूटिंग है. पीपल लाइक मी विल रीच ऑन टाइम, बट देयर वर अदर एक्टर्स, दे विल आराम से आएंगे या देखो उसको. तो वो
कहा जाता था कि राजेश खन्ना जी जो थे वो 3, 4, 5 घंटे लेट आते थे. बीबीसी ने तो एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री में भी कहा कि वो उनका स्टाइल था लेट पहुंचना.
स्टाइल तो नहीं था, लेकिन some people can't help. They can't help to get up in the morning. Maybe they're late sleepers and
Is discipline important? One hears कि अमिताभ बच्चन जी जो हैं वो बिल्कुल टाइम पे आते हैं.
Absolutely. That's why he's staying there. He's a super duper star even now. In everything. He's Indian. He's a global actor.
Yeah.
Global actor, global personality.
You've acted with him in many films.
Many, 25, 30 films together.
Is his style something like, say, an Dilip Kumar style of a method acting?
Well, he's a very hard-working actor. He used to come prepared on the set, but not act. He would not emulate or imitate somebody. Huh. He would do his own work, and he succeeded in doing his work. People were very fortunate. Used to feel themselves very fortunate having him in their cast.
How important was a director for you, for you a person, to bring out the best in you? कि किस डायरेक्टर से आपने मनोज कुमार का नाम तो लिया ही, पर और आपने गोल्डी आनंद का भी नाम लिया. Which director was it that you felt कि मैं इनके साथ जब काम करता हूँ तो मेरा बेस्ट निकलता है?
राज कपूर साहब को मैंने एक दफ़ा बोला कि आप जब पिक्चर में आपके जो भी काम करता है बड़ी अच्छी कमाल की परफॉर्मेंस देता है ड्यूरिंग द मेकिंग ऑफ बॉबी. तो आप कैसे, हाउ डू यू अप्रोच दिस एक्टर्स, हाउ डू यू टेल देम? He says, I do nothing. सितार के जो होते हैं उसके पास उसको छोड़ दिया, उनके ऊपर छोड़ दिया सब. But they were masters who would watch the whole damn thing in a real, very critical way. If there's a mistake, they'll call him and they will say, don't do like this, do like this. Mistakes were very rare in such actors because they were very hard, they were well prepared. They had to come well prepared when you're working personalities like Raj Kapoor, or when your personalities work like Dilip Kumar or Dev Anand. They were very professional, totally professional people.
You know, you were talking about Raj Kapoor. मैंने अरुणा ईरानी जी को इंटरव्यू किया और वो बता रही थी कि बॉबी का ही किस्सा सुना रही थी शायद कि जब शी वाज टायर्ड एंड शी वाज फीलिंग अ लिटिल हर्ट बिकॉज कोई कुछ हुआ था उनके साथ, शी वाज नॉट एबल टू इमोट प्रॉपरली. तो राज कपूर जी ने कैमरे बंद करा दिए और कहा कि क्या हुआ, सिज यू आर क्राइंग, यू आर नॉट एबल टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट, तो क्या हुआ, तो शी वाज सैड. तो उन्होंने पैकअप कर दिया उस दिन. उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, एक्ट नहीं करेंगे उस दिन.
Those actors were like
To be
that.
sensitive.
Raj Khosla was also the same way.
Okay.
He made his own film like Do Raaste, and it used to be a big, huge set, and it was very expensive. Expensive used to be very much. So he would say, यार उसका खुद का ही मूड कहीं भी नहीं बनता था, कई दफ़ा नहीं बनता था, या कोई देखता था is not comfortable in this character. So you say, यार ये आर्ट डायरेक्टर को बोला कि ये क्या है, ये तुम ऐसे क्यों लगाया, ऐसे लगाओ ना, तो वो पैकअप आज निकल जाता था. It used the excuse that he wanted to give a chance to the people to.
आपके एक डायलॉग है which I'm going to include this, शराफत और ईमानदारी का सर्टिफिकेट ये दुनिया सिर्फ उन्हें देती है जिनके पास दौलत होती है.
Correct.
Yeah. So this was said in a very stylish manner.
It was a positive character. It was a television serial actually. It was very popular dialogue when it came. And it is a fact.
Yeah.
Till today it is a fact.
Right. So if I was to ask you today, regrets, any regret that you have कि मैंने ये काम अगर मैंने बाद में किया था या इस एक्टर के साथ मैंने काम किया होता तो I
would have regretted if I had been accepted as a hero, because hero's life is very short. तो अभी तक मैं काम तो कर रहा हूँ ना, काम मिलते ही रहता है, अभी भी काम किया और भी कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन I don't do that kind of work now. I mean, I'm just taking it easy as well. But it's very important.
But you want to work all the time, right? You don't want to just retire.
I wish to work all the time, but then it should be. Now I'm very choosy about it. I never used to be so choosy about it, but I will choose unless until it's something extraordinary. I will do it.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
What is the work that you still want to do? The Marlon Brando role.
Yes, आपने पकड़ लिया मुझे. अभी शेक्सपियर जो डायलॉग वो शार्लोक को रोल करवाना चाहिए ना उन्होंने.
Yeah, I mean because your voice is still. If I was to think of Marlon Brando, you know that guttural voice, that strong voice, अभी भी आपकी आवाज में वो, you know, that dum is there, which I can imagine you as a godfather.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best and God bless you. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you for watching or listening to this edition of ANI Podcast with Smita Prakash. Do like and subscribe to the channel and share with those who you think will enjoy watching these conversations. Namaste. Jai Hind. Click here to watch the previous episodes.